What's going on, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. K-Rino, and I'm back. Back, man. Back like your sacroiliac. Glad to be back with y'all, man. Had to come in midnight. If we're going to do this, we might well do it right. Might well start off the way we normally get down, and that's late. But I'm going to do everything in my power, depending on y'all, whenever y'all start showing up. But I'm going to do everything in my power to not be super long. Not be long at all. I'm gonna try not to be long at all. But I'll break down what's been going on once y'all start coming in. Ain't nothing changed. Y'all be sure to click that thumbs up as you enter the room. Click it. Thumbs up as you come into the room. Like button for your big brother. If you're gonna do it now, you won't have to do it later. It's like cleaning up your room. It's like back when Mama used to say, clean up your room, wash the dishes or whatever it is, take out the trash. If you do it now, you don't have to worry about it later. And every time I found myself just getting up to just do it, as soon as she say do it, I always feel better later. Because later I'm like, is this something I'm supposed to be doing? It's like, nope, you already did it. So y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all don't have to worry about me bugging y'all about it later on. Only the new people that's coming in. Yeah, man, your big brother been on lock. They locked me up. They had me in the YouTube County Jail. You know, but I'm still on paper though. I'm still on paper. So I gotta be careful. But we not gonna stop speaking truth, man. That's just make that understood. I got hit with another medical misinformation strike. You know how that goes, man. If they feel as though you're interfering with their agenda, then they gotta try to shut you up. Yeah, that's what it was, Pee Wee, is for, so-called medical misinformation. But Louise says for speaking the truth. Yeah, speaking the truth. That's when you know. See, when you get in trouble for the truth, that's when you know you're on the right path. when they shut you down for speaking the truth and speaking a casual truth, meaning that just talking about something casual. It's like if I just randomly said 2 + 2 is 4. That's a truth that you speak without even really just thinking about it that deep. And all of a sudden you like, what did I do? Well, you said 2 + 2 is 4. So I was speaking the casual truth. And like I say, anything that goes against the agenda has to be met with repercussions. And that's basically what happened. It wasn't a song, Torrance. It was a video I did. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know until I couldn't post. But they locked me up for a week. They locked me up for a week, man. A lot of y'all didn't know. I know a lot of y'all would have came and visited me. Would have sent me a letter or something, put some money on my books. But y'all didn't know. But you know how it is, man. But we back, man. We're not going to dwell on that. Walaikum salam, brother Chris. I got that track too, bro. Yeah, we're not going to dwell on that. We're going to get on ahead, man. And this open topic tonight. This is open topic tonight. So we'll go on and crank it up on some open topic action and see what y'all got on y'all's mind. I just got through watching the Lakers beat the snot out of the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, I mean, it was like, did not live up to the hype at all. Did not live up to the hype at all. That was a beat down of massive proportions. And it made me think about something. It gave me an idea for a video, um, but I guess I'll talk about it while I'm here. No, it's open topic. I ain't gonna, because if I had a topic and somebody tried to get on a different subject, I'd be upset. So if this open topic, I'm gonna keep it open topic, but I will touch on that topic on another video, maybe tomorrow or something like that. But I would like for any of y'all who have not subscribed to my podcast channel, the Underground Dialogue Podcast, I would like for y'all to do that now, and check out the content. Some of y'all didn't know I had a podcast on a different channel here on YouTube. New episode will be up next week. The new episode, we are talking about artificial intelligence, and we're going in on it. I wouldn't say we're going deep, but we touched on some basic surface points that I think would be interesting to y'all to find out, just to make you think or rethink this whole AI thing. So we just laid out some pros and cons. Maziko says AI is creepy. Yeah, we laid out some pros and cons. Some good things that are possibly good about it, and some bad things that I know at some point will become a negative. Pat Warren, hey man, I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all too. I wasn't able to I wasn't even in town last week. This time last week I was in Colorado Springs doing a show, so I wasn't in town to go live on my normal Friday night anyway. But I know how I get down. I would have probably went live the day before, if I wasn't in the YouTube County Jail. So, what's on y'all mind, man? Y'all let me know what y'all got on y'all mind, so we can go into this open topic. I don't plan to hold y'all long. Yeah, medical misinformation is when they make the claim that you spoke on something medically that was false. So it's funny how people who work at a social media site are all of a sudden medical experts. How do the people that work for a social media site have deep, extensive knowledge of the medical field to the degree that they are qualified to accuse someone else of medical misinformation? I'm not going to be working at PetSmart and try to tell a chef that he's not preparing the food right. So I don't know how they are qualified to tell me. But, it's probably keywords. I'm sure that that's how this thing operates. It's probably certain keywords that if you say a particular word, then I guess the bots or just the system catches on and like, what did you say? And then it reacts based on that. But that's my take on it. Yeah. KS says, I thought you might have been resting after Colorado. Nah, man, I got shut down before I left. I got shut down before I left. But I did post a few on the podcast channel. So those of you who subscribe to both channels, y'all knew that I was still posting videos here and there on the podcast channel. But that's what it is, that's what it was, man. No big deal. We're going to keep on breaking it down and doing what we do. All right, let me go and see what y'all talking about. I want to shout out first, though, man, to everybody out in Colorado Springs, everybody out in Denver last week, man. We had a great time. I want to shout out to everybody who came out to both shows in both cities, to the shows in both cities. And just so our appreciation, just speaking on behalf of myself and Klondike Cat, Dopey at Point Blank, and Yoli, and everybody who was an integral part putting the show together. We appreciate y'all's attendance, everybody who came out and supported. Means a lot, man. Means a lot. Stone says, I watched the videos from Colorado. Sick, man. You the man. I like how you don't pretend to dance around. I don't dance around. No, it ain't me pretending to. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend to do nothing. But no, I don't do no dancing and bouncing and all that type of stuff. That's not my. You get a little head bob. That's about all you gonna get out of me. That's all you gonna get out of me, man. Yeah. Gideon, are you quoting Prince lyrics? Prince New World lyrics. Verse 2. When you want to find some isolation, but the tracker you got from, I can't say the word, keeps playing. Wow. You'll never walk alone. They're always listening, especially on the phone. No question about it, man. Prince, being the genius that he is ahead of his time. Yeah. Luis Flores, can we talk about the months and how they change? You spoke about that. Yeah. Go listen to the song Surface Dwellers, man. I'll talk about that. How the months in the Western calendar are not properly lined up. So it's all out of whack for all you horoscope fans out there that think y'all of this and think y'all of that. The months not even lined up like y'all think they lined up. So how you know you even what you say you are? I ain't gonna start no mess. Is that EVG? Yo, okay, you are my high school inspiration. Oh man, much love. You in high school? EVG, you in high school? You still in high school? Shout out to you, man. I appreciate the love. I can't be an inspiration to you unless somebody has been an inspiration to me. And then I can be an inspiration to you. And then you tell me I'm an inspiration to you, which makes you now an inspiration to me. Because it inspires me to keep going. So it's okay for R.F. Kennedy Jr. to call out egregious medical practices, but it's not okay. Well, you know, his platform's a little bigger than mine, and he moves a little different with a little more weight behind him than I move. So his approach is going to be more accepted, and I don't. It's a lot that I've seen in a lot of his speeches, and a lot of his lectures, a lot of his videos, a lot of it that I totally agree with. You know, he even allied with our brother Tony Muhammad in LA when it came down to the connection between certain punches in the arm and autism. So he's been a big speaker against some of the negatives of, you know, compared to what we've been led to believe. So yeah, his range stronger. He's a freaking Kennedy. You know, marvelous content. Look, marvelous content. Listen to me. We just shot the newest episode of my podcast last night. The whole episode is dedicated to AI. The whole episode is dedicated to AI. That's what we're talking about for the whole show. So what the question you're asking me, we covered all that. So just be a little patient. And next week, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast right now. Turn your notifications on. And when that episode drops next week, then you'll see where we went with that whole AI thing. We touched different parts of it. We covered certain scenarios, and we did discuss how they were duplicating those rappers' voices. Man, that's some crazy stuff. We laid out a bunch of different angles to that. That's gonna make y'all think, man. Kick you across the Atlantic with a pair of handcrafted mechanical shoes. My manic moves left understanding confused. I don't know the words after that, Jimmy. What is the meaning of life? Well, I think about something that the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan said. He said that life, L-I-F-E, and love, L-O-V-E, are one and the same. When you have love, you have life. I'll break it down on like a basic scale. You know how, just say you really like somebody. It's a girl you went to school with, or a girl you work with, or know, just however you know her. And you really like her, right? And let's say she works with you. And when you are at work and she walks into the office or walks into the room, you just get a burst of motivation and energy and inspiration, and you happy to see her. You might not even be involved with her yet. May not even talk to her, but you're just glad to see her. She gives you life when you see her. But then you come to work one day and somebody says, oh, nah, man, she got fired. She don't work here no more. Or she quit. You knowing that you're not going to see her no more, now you kind of like, oh, it's not the same when you come to work. She was friendly, smelled good. You just don't have the drive that you used to have. Love and life is like that. If you don't have something in your life that you can love, then you're not really maxing out in your life. So life represents purpose. Having something every day that drives you and pushes you to be better, that drives and pushes you to build and make others around you better. So all that's encompassed in that word. When you see people who have been working all their life and then they retire, and when they retire, they seem to have nothing else to do. And within a year or 2 years after retirement, they get sick, they die, just like this, because they don't feel like they have a purpose. You've been married 50 years and your husband passed away, and shortly after you see that person who lost their husband or wife, they start to slowly deteriorate, and sooner or later they go, because they lost that love and that purpose that came in the form of somebody else. Life and love, man. Those are just a couple examples. Triple X said, the meaning of life is to discover yourself under the illusion of not knowing yourself, because you identify with the ego instead of your soul. Yeah, see, when you don't really know who you are, or you trying to find out who you are, but you confused, it's like, man, I just can't figure out who I am, or like I said, my purpose. Then the day that light comes on and you get it, it's like a whole new world opens up to you. I saw a video of a little girl. It was a little girl, couldn't have been no more than, what, maybe 3 or 4 years old. And apparently she couldn't see. There's something wrong with her vision. And they were trying to put these glasses on her. And she was fighting them off like she didn't want to put the glasses on. And they finally put the glasses on her. And when they put the glasses on her, she paused for a second, and she realized, like, man, I can see. And she was like looking just like I'm looking. She's like, and then she started smiling. She was like, because a whole new world had been opened up to her, because she had been going through her life so far just blurry, not having any clear vision for her whole life. And when they put them glasses on her, she was able to develop a full appreciation of her surroundings, because she had never had that before. So now this marker, this napkin, everything is now like just amazing, because you hadn't had that. You hadn't ever experienced that, or you hadn't experienced it in so long. So life is the appreciation, the understanding of the creation and what's around you. And people who are in those situations don't take them for granted, because if you know what it's like to not have something and you finally get it, especially something natural like vision, like hearing, and you get it, the appreciation is on another level. It's through the roof. Even if you had it at one point, lost it, and then reaccumulated it, a wise person now has a greater appreciation for it, because they knew what it was like to have it, then they lost it, and they remember the suffering that came from losing it. See, again, I give a relationship analogy. You had a good woman. She treated you great. She did everything, man. She was almost perfect. But you wasn't. And you blew it. You mistreated her. You didn't appreciate her, didn't respect her. And she finally got fed up and she left, and she was done with you. So all of the things that she would do for you, just out of her being herself, just showing you love, now those things have been removed from you, and it hits you like, oh man. And it may even hit you harder if you try to move on. Well, man, she can go. I go get me another one. You go get another one and you realize she ain't like that one. That one was special. 2 or 3 more. Nope, it ain't the same. You can never recapture what you had with that one. So now the regret kicks in. But then one day, y'all reconnect. She gives you another chance. And a wise man will go, I ain't messing this up. And he gets it right. And it's like, no, because I've been to the dark side. I know now that you are rare. You are different. Everybody is not like you. So for me to have you in my life now, hey, man, this is a blessing. I came up. And they don't make that mistake. But of course, a fool is going to get her back and still mess it up, and then he'll lose her again. And, it's like money. They say a fool and his money will soon part, but a fool and good people will soon part too. Yeah. Appreciate the love, Torrance. Torrance said the Point Blank episode was dope. See, man, thank you, man. You actually watched the show, man. I come on here all the time going in on y'all for not watching my podcast channel. But I appreciate you, Torrance. Thank you, man. You all right with me. You already know. Because it's a shame. You know what? You know how it's like. I'm doing a lot of analogies tonight. They just coming to me though. But have you ever seen somebody cook some food, or maybe you was the one who cooked the food and you made all this good food and y'all was at the family function and nobody really ate a lot of the food? And it wasn't because the food was nasty or it didn't taste good. It just for some reason people didn't eat the food. So it's like, man, this is some good food. But it's a couple of people there, they eating the food. They're like, man, have y'all tried this? This is good. And everybody like, oh, I'm good. They're not eating the food. That's how I feel about my podcast. That's exactly how I feel about I feel like we cooking good meals every episode. And the plates are laid out and y'all just walking past and not eating it. And then go straight to McDonald's. That's how I feel. Yes, sir. Brother Chris Dopey is on the SPC project, going in as usual. And not only that, he produced, he might have produced 5 or 6 tracks on the album too. He might have produced about 5 or 6 tracks. So yeah, Dope is on the project without a doubt. Yeah. With your song Hearing Double, will there be a song about feelings being mutual? I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand the question. Stone says, would you say Sunni or Shiite or neither? That's not for me to say. You mean, I'm not either one. But if you asking me like for a suggestion, that's not for me to say what faction of Muslim you should be, what type of Muslim, what sect of Islam you should be a part of. That's not my place to say. I mean, do what you feel works for you, is best for you. I believe in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So there we have it. So how does the months play along with our Lord Jesus Christ in his birthday? Well, the first thing you got to understand is that to celebrate the birthday of Jesus on December 25th is a fallacy in itself. So the very date that's credited as being the birth date of Jesus Christ is not even his birth date. And that's according to the scripture. He wasn't born on December the 25th. Because at the time where the shepherds were tending to their flocks at night, they wouldn't have been able to do that in Palestine in a cold month like December. So according to what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, he teaches that Jesus was born in September or October. Wasn't born December the 25th. So the rearranging of the months don't necessarily apply to that topic. That topic is just based on the straight up statement that that's not the day that Jesus was born. But that's the world that's the day that the world celebrates. Greetings from Russia. Yeah. Roger say, man, you making me feel bad. But yeah, man, go watch, Roger. I want you to feel bad, Roger. You know you my boy. But the one thing I do know, I know y'all be on YouTube watching all this other stuff. I know it. I know it. So take some time out to check your brother out. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. We got some good macaroni and cheese. We got homemade macaroni and cheese too. We got some good whiting fish, well cooked, some good old brown rice and steamed vegetables. We got all that. Y'all want to go eat a Whopper. Come on, man. K-Von, greetings from Finland. Okay, we got Russia in here. We got Finland in here. Yeah, see, Mac, the cleansing room. YouTube had me in the cleansing room all last week. They didn't cleanse me. Stone says, I never mistreated her, but I didn't pay enough attention, and I should have. I mean, well, you know, lack of attention is a form of mistreatment. It's just not considered to be as cruel as physical abuse or verbal abuse or something along those lines, but it's still mistreatment. The way you treat somebody, you treat them the proper way, but you can mistreat them because if a person is worthy, I don't say it's worthy, if a person has earned your attention and they've done things to give you attention, but you can't find time to give them attention when there's no tension, then yeah, then you technically mistreated her. Because people are only gonna go so far with you, man. That's what we gotta understand about like life, man. People are only gonna go so far with you. The most loyal ones at some point will wake up in one day and go, I ain't doing this no more. I done tried. I gave this dude all my energy and line, and it just, so I'm gonna move on. And then we become so accustomed to them not going nowhere. They, oh, I ain't worried about you. She gonna be there. For the female, he gonna be there. One day they're not. One day you look up and you see them on TikTok having the time of their life. And they like ain't worried about you no more. Because people can only go so long. And when a person cares about you, they give you multiple opportunities. Yeah. Open topic, y'all. They got some footage of the Colorado shows on YouTube. I'm gonna have to check that out. Have to see what I did that night. Yeah. Why do you think it is people want to listen to you talk to them and not listen to some of your other material? I feel like there's a reason behind it. I feel like people are coming to you for therapy. I don't mind that, but you got to understand something. One thing we got to know, Stone, is like, it's not a lot of people on this live. I don't get a lot of people on my lives. If I was getting 500,000, 15, 2,500, 2,000, 10,000 people on, then I mean that's a valid argument, but it's only 39 or 40 people in here right now. Now, granted, it's late, but still. So I don't have a big audience, but I just think that people are sleeping on the game that we try to provide, on my podcast channel, my channel. You know, we are kind of caught up in this thing where if it ain't messy and controversial, I said this the last time I was on, I'm the guy that's gonna be on here cussing out people and flipping out on celebrities and getting into beefs and going arguing and going back and forth and that type of stuff. For whatever reason, it attracts audience. It attracts views and attention because for whatever reason, it's something within us that gives us the urge to want to click those kind of videos and to view that kind of content. We're just backwards. We're wired up backward. The wire that's supposed to be here, they took it out and they connected it right here. So we focus more on the controversy and the buffoonery, the ignorance. We gravitate towards that more than just a dude sitting up here dropping some regular boring game. So hey man, I get it. It is what it is. What's up, Rick? Phantom Face says I only see my wife on weekends. I hope it's because y'all just working hard. When did you convert to Islam? 1992. Freezer. 2.0, breaking it down. Let me see what you breaking down. 2.0. Holly days equal the holly tree equals Hollywood. Sorry, I feel it's too early. It's too eerily similar. Well, I don't know. I don't know about the connection. I know that holiday, according to history, is supposed to be a spin or a derivative, I guess, from holy day. It's supposed to mean holy day. So they say, hey man, we getting ready to celebrate the holidays. It's all a matter of pronunciation. They're really saying we're supposedly celebrating the holy days, meaning, okay, Thanksgiving is one of those holy days. Christmas is one of those holy days. Easter, holy days, because they try to put that connection onto God and religion and spirituality and righteousness. But unfortunately, all of those days are rooted in falsehood and lies. So they're not holy days. But I guess that holly does precede, the word holly does precede some pretty evil stuff in the grand scheme. Oh, they got a lot of Colorado on the Rap Lord channel, Lester. Okay, cool. Check it out. Have I ever thought about putting some bars on TikTok? I ain't even on TikTok. I dropped a few on Instagram so far, but not many. Luis, his name is Joshua. Yeah, we know, Luis, but a lot of times for the sake of just um, conversation and for the sake of being on common ground in terms of understanding, we'll use the names that the European applied so everybody know who we're talking about. Because if I just started going, yeah, man, you know, Yahshua, blah, 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 Yahshua this and Yahshua that, and a lot of people wouldn't know who I was talking about. But if I say Jesus, then everybody knows where I'm going. We know is that, you know, there's no J in the Hebrew language. Jesus is a Greek name. So we understand that. But for the sake of the conversation, and if I was talking to a Christian person or a person who only knows that name, then I will speak the language of the people until we can have a conversation that may bring them up into the understanding that you have. Because that was a time that me or you did not know who Yahshua was, right? So we got to be patient with those others who may not know. Phantom Face says everybody has a limit. Yep, no question about it. Everybody got a limit. And those limits are different for different people. It's like a pain tolerance. That's the equivalent. Those limits that we speak with people based on how we treat folks and how far they're willing to accept the treatment, it's equivalent to a pain tolerance. Some people have a very, very high pain tolerance. So you could see somebody break their leg and it'll be like, ah, ah. And they lay on the ground and just like, and it's hurting, it's excruciating pain, but they're taking it like a G. Then you might see somebody who does something way less than a broken leg. They might just get a knot on their eye. Act like he about to die. Because the pain tolerance is not as strong as somebody else's. So pain tolerance is not just physical pain. Pain tolerance also represents that mental side as well, because there are some people that can endure a lot of mental abuse, a lot of mental trauma, and they can take it, they take it, they take it, they take it, they take it. And it takes them a long time to crack. It takes a long time for them to snap or whatever. But some people, you can just say, hey man, the job saying they're doing layoffs and we might have to lay off. Oh Lord, oh, I can't take it. Or somebody calls you a name. Somebody tells you, hey man, you know, I don't love you no more. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Pain tolerance. Your body's different. Mental and physical pain tolerance. Some people have one and don't have the other. Some people can take more physical. See, that's why you see a lot of women allow themselves to get abused. They have the physical pain tolerance, which ain't a good thing to use your physical pain tolerance on. But they are more hurt by what's done to them mentally than what a person would do to them physically. See? They could take more physical abuse and very little mental abuse, and some can take a lot of mental abuse. But the first time you put your hands on them is a problem. Open topic, man. I'm back. I'm out of the YouTube County Jail, man. They locked me up. None of y'all tried to come bail me out. Okay, you got to take us to the upper echelon. I thought I did. KO is in the building, man. OG KO, South Park Coalition. OG since 1988. That means that out of the 35 years that the South Park Coalition has been around, that means that he's been in the South Park Coalition for 34 out of the 35 years. So that's some OG status. Triple X in here been part of the coalition since probably the early 90s. So that's 30 something, about 31, 32 years. That's some OG status right there, man. Brother Christopher says, y'all be having great topics on the podcast. You really miss out on a lot when you don't. Thank you, man. Thank you, Brother Chris. And somebody give me a plug, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the plug. You didn't have to do that, man, but I appreciate it. We out here trying to give y'all this good content. I'm out here researching and I'm out here researching and learning and studying, only for y'all to not watch it. That's right. Tired of it. Work too hard for y'all to not watch this content. And then somebody will ask me about something that I talked about on the podcast. And I'll be like, hey, I just talked about that on my podcast. Go watch that episode. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. But if I was on there cussing people out, knocking over furniture and cussing people out and talking crazy, y'all would love that, wouldn't you? You just love that, wouldn't you? But we're not going to go down that road. We're not going to go down that road. Kyle says the unholy days. Yeah, because, you know, holy means pure and untampered with. If you changed or made up a false birthday of Jesus, then that's been tampered with. It's not pure anymore. If you're celebrating a day that represents the slaughter of Native Americans and trying to make it into a holy day, then that's not pure. The Native Americans, wherever they might be, they ain't celebrating Thanksgiving. It's not pure. There's nothing holy about that day. Those people came over here and slaughtered the Indians. The Native Americans, I'm sorry. The very people who helped them took them out. They took them out. Nothing holy about that. See? We'll celebrate Easter and then participate in all of the pagan rituals that are applied to that day, even all the way down to the name. You don't even question why it's called Easter. Why is it called Easter? because we haven't studied and found out who Astarte was. Why we paint eggs on that day? What them eggs got to do with Jesus? Why do we call the day that he was supposedly murdered, why do we refer to that as Good Friday? What's good about the day of them slaughtering Jesus? How is that good? Today is Good Friday. It was only good for the people who wanted him dead. It was Good Friday to them. Shouldn't be a Good Friday for you. Will you do another album like A Long Short Way? It's possible. I didn't plan to do that one like that. Just when me and Pup got together, it just started coming together like that. But that wasn't like something that was planned, just so we're going to do this album and focus mainly on these types of topics. It just kind of went in that direction. She was meant to do. Have you ever studied the Black's Law Dictionary? No, I don't know what that is. What is the Black's Law Dictionary? I guess it's a dictionary about law. I was just saying, some blacks made a dictionary about law. I don't know. Adam and Archie. Patience is a virtue situations under certain circumstances. You just reminded me of soccer players feigning injuries. Marty Moore. What's going on, man? Big Ock, South Bronx in the building, man. Welcome home. Thank you, Big Ock. I appreciate you, man. They had me wearing them little county clothes in the YouTube. I had them YouTube county clothes on, man, when they had me in YouTube jail. Appreciate the welcome back, man. Rick Tim said, I recall once during football practice in college, we were dragging as a team, so coach got fed up and made #1 offense versus #1 defense. I hit our top running back, and he hyperextended his right elbow. He screamed. Man, yeah, everybody different. Everybody's pain tolerance is different, man. I've seen some people get hurt. And the thing is, we can never judge what hurts somebody. We can never judge somebody's pain. But I've seen people get hurt in ways that, in my eyes, it's like, that didn't even seem like nothing. I'm like, really, man? Really, bro? Really? But I don't know. I don't know how it felt to him. See, it's the same as when, again, from a mental side, if you ever had a friend that got their heart broke by somebody in a relationship and they just acting like they just can't go on another second, and you standing there like, hey, man, look, bro, just get over it, man. Things happen for a reason, man. She wasn't right for you, bro. Man, just go meet you somebody else. You said, and he like, oh no, I can't, man. I can't. And you like, but it's not my place to judge your emotional state. I don't know. Maybe it just broke you down. And we see it all the time because we've seen people commit suicide behind men and women. Take their own life. It's like, I can't go on no more if I can't have that person. It's just not that serious for me. Is that to say I'm a heartless robot? No. Is that to say I've never been crushed and sick behind a woman before? No. Of course I have. I've been sick. Oh, oh, man. Oh, she ain't called me. Oh, you calling her? Can we just listen to the, but never to the point of like just you about to just go jump off the top of the Golden Gate Bridge. But everybody's different. That's why you can't be dismissive when people come to you with whatever it is they got on their mind, because you don't know their level of pain tolerance. You don't know how fragile they might be. So you try to hear them out and listen to what they got to say and try to get a read on where they at. Hey, man, you good? I'm listening to everything you say. Yeah, I feel. Are you good? You ain't feeling like you want to do nothing to yourself, huh? Or do nothing to her or him. So the quarterback screamed. I mean, the running back screamed. Somebody else might have took that same hit and been like, oh, and got back up or laid there. Even if he was hurt, just laid there. Just took it. Yeah. Gerald Lawson, glad you never sold out. Nah, I can't sell out, Gerald. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I thank God that I can't do it. It's not in me. It's not in my DNA. It's not in my makeup. I can't sell out. I don't want to sell out. Why were you in YouTube jail? They put me in the YouTube County jail because they accused me again of releasing medical misinformation. Go figure. Go figure, man. Let me catch up, man. I'm way off. Way behind. Oh, yeah, I'm way behind. Oh, crap. Hold on, man. Leslie Arena. Everything is opposite that's told to us of actual. Pretty much. Trying to catch up, man. I don't want to skip. I always end up way behind. Y'all. I don't like being like that. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. If you haven't already, stop what you're doing. Click that like. Appreciate the love, Lester. Appreciate the donation. I was gonna put this on your commissary, but you got out too quick. Yeah, they didn't hold me long. Yoli Yoli, keeping it rolling. Yoli, this is what I meant to ask you when we was in Colorado last week. Did you get the verse that I sent you for the song from way back? I never meant to ask you, did you get the verse that I did for you? Let me know that you got that verse. Yeah. Mahalo for feeding us knowledge, because you are who you are. And I appreciate the love. We all do. OG Point Blank, Falero. God is great. Whatever you credit us for, make sure you saying that to us second. And tell it to God first. Jimmy Robinson, what are your thoughts on Carolyn Bryant's death and how some are celebrating it? Well, I'm going to say this. Of course, I'm no fan of Carolyn Bryant. No fan. And for those who don't know who Carolyn Bryant is, Carolyn Bryant is the lady who lied and accused Emmett Till of whistling at her back in 1955, which led to that racist lynch mob going out, kidnapping Emmett Till and killing him and disfiguring him way back in 1955. Carolyn Bryant was the woman who told the initial lie that led to that. Now, she just died a couple of days ago. She lived to be 88 years old, lived a long, ripe old age. So, of course, on the internet, a lot of people who are seeing that she's gone now, like Jimmy said, celebrating it because of what she did. You know, she knew she lied. She even went so far as to admit it, according to a story I heard a couple of years back. And my theory was that okay, she felt like she was old and she was on the last leg, so she wanted to kind of, I guess, clear her conscience or whatever. But you know, that's no consolation um, to Emmett Till. There's no consolation to his family, whoever may be remaining of his family. Definitely to his mother. Um, you know, there's no consolation. So a lot of people are celebrating her passing because they feel like she got away with murder. And you don't have to be the one to pull the trigger. You don't have to be the one to insert the knife. But her, even though she didn't pull the trigger, she was the trigger because her words triggered the action that led to the murder of Emmett Till. So people are celebrating. A lot of people are in their feeling. They feel some kind of way, and I don't really get into throwing no parties behind people passing away and all that type of stuff. But you know, I would be lying if I said I felt, you know, bad. I'm so impatient. That's one thing I struggle with. I think we all are impatient to a degree, depending on what circumstances are, you know. But patience is a is an exercise that you have to practice. You have to practice patience because some people are born with it. Some people have, you know, a lot of patience and they know how to just calmly and coolly take their time to get it done and think things through. But other people are just gotta have it right now, gotta rush to do it. See, because when you're impatient, you have tendency to rush. You have tendency to not be as detailed as you need to be in critical situations, and then you don't get the job done right. So it's better to take your time and get it right so you can possibly get it right the first time than to rush through something or to rush to get something. And sometimes when you're impatient and you rush to get something, you end up settling. So if I tell you, well, man, you know what you looking for? Oh man, I wanna, I need a car and blah blah blah. And I said, okay, well, man, look, man, if you wait 2 weeks, I got a really good car coming in, man. I'm a car salesman, right? I'm playing the role of a car salesman. You wait 2 weeks, man. I got a really nice car coming in, man. It's gonna be the same price you want to pay for this one, but it's a better car, less miles on it, engine, everything on point, man. If you get this car, it's gonna last you. No, man, I need a car today. But I can sell you this one right here today, but it's not as good. It's some stuff wrong with it. You know, I don't know how long it's gonna run before it's. No, I'm good. I'll take a chance. You buy the car, and now a month later, you messing up, and all you had to do is just wait 2 more weeks. So that's kind of how that goes, man. Well, we all are like that to a degree. Click that like, man. We back like your sacroiliac. Yep. If I was on YouTube the Sunday that I got thrown in the YouTube County Jail, the same video I made that got me kicked off for that little period of time, that same day, if I would have been standing on the stage somewhere, and I had two women on each, I had a woman on each side of me twerking, with G-strings on, that video would still be up. I wouldn't have got flagged. I wouldn't have got a strike for that video. Who believes me when I say that? Guaranteed that video would still be up with no problems. I wouldn't have heard nothing from YouTube. That's okay. Great. My finger's still messed up now. Great job. Yeah. Okay, so you did get it, Yoli. Cool. All right. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, because it took me a while. Hey, man, I know I got y'all up late, man. It's daytime for me. I forgot how late it is. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to try to wind it up. Open topic, man. I hadn't been on here in a while. Well, it feels like a while. I was in Colorado last week, so it's probably been a couple of weeks since I did a live. YouTube is very selective with the truth. They're very selective with, yeah, I guess you're right, with the truth, with certain truths, rather. Yeah. What's on y'all mind, man? Check it out, man. I'll be in McAllen, Texas this time next week, May the 5th. Who's in that McAllen, Texas area, that Rio Grande Valley area? I'll be performing live in McAllen, Texas, along with the homie Young Star from the Screwed Up Click. I'll be opening up for my brother. So if you are in McAllen, Texas, or anywhere close by, man, I think I know the address. Yeah, hold on, y'all. That's the information. I forgot the name of the venue. 322 South 17th Street, McAllen, Texas. What up, Foxhound? Houston, Texas here. I ain't going nowhere. I know that's right. Do your thing. What's up, Omar Morrison? Yeah. And it's a couple of months away, y'all, but just to give y'all a heads up, your big brother K-Rino will be hosting the Screw Fest. You know, they celebrate Screw's birthday every year, man. I got a phone call the other day and was asked to host the DJ Screw birthday event. That's big, man. It's going to be at Butler Stadium in Houston, so that's going to be big, man. So shout out to the homie Big Bub who asked me to host that event. Is that King Asa? Dallas, Texas in the building. Dallas, Texas in the building, man. Much love. Appreciate that. One of my favorite places. Good old Dallas, Texas. Open topic, man. What's on your mind? Sarah, you should have came down last week. Yeah. Joseph Milak in the building, man. Cinco de Mayo, that's right. We'll be out there on Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, man. Foxhound said, I love Big Bub. Yeah, Big Bub is as solid as they come. Screw whole family, man. Just like that, man. Just genuine, good-hearted people. Solid individuals. DJ Red, solid as they come. You doggone right, Foxhound. I'll be hosting the Screw Fest. I think that's what it's called. The homie Will Lean, Botany Boys. Yeah. All right, look, man, a lot of y'all was asking me about those okay, let me ask this question first. Okay, so y'all saw the episode, my rap economics episode, right? If you saw my rap economics episode, the shirt I had on, a lot of y'all was asking about that shirt. I got some of those shirts in. If y'all would like to order one of those shirts, those wizard shirts, let me know. I will not put that shirt up on my site if y'all ain't trying to order them. Because I told y'all how y'all do me. I told y'all how y'all always ask me to get shirts and all that. Then when I get them, y'all don't purchase them. Pookie and Ray Ray. What's going on, man? You got both the classic hood names. Pookie and Ray Ray. Every hood has a Pookie and a Ray Ray. And what did that comedian say? It was a comedian that said every hood got a dude named T that know how to do everything. T know how to cut hair. T know how to fix cars. Whatever going on, man, your plumbing messed up. Somebody, hey, well, man, you got T number? T know how to do everything. T will cut your grass with like $20. Everybody got a T in the neighborhood, man. T got a studio in his house, a little setup. T got Pro Tools. I'm trying to tell you, man. I put my mom's on to your music. Hey, man, thank you, man. Salute to you and mom. I love when the older generation and the younger generation. I got the in between. Y'all my family, but when people tell me, hey, man, my granddad would listen, or if they tell me, man, my 9-year-old listens to you. I want the elders and the youth. T sell weed too, Rick. You right. I forgot about that one. Let's just keep it 1,000. T sell weed. He got a hook up on tennis shoes. Anything you can't find. You got T number? Y'all got T number? I know T. T know how to get it. Don't nobody even know what the T stand for. Appreciate you, brother Chris. Yeah, man, I was honored, man. I'm not even screwed up clique. It's like they could have asked anybody to do that. They could have asked somebody in a screwed up clique to host that. I'm SPC, so I was like, hey, man, I was honored, man. I was honored that they would ask me to do that. Your 4-year-old nephew rocking with me, Lester? Salute. Minister Farrakhan is always going after the youth, always speaking about the youth, that generation, because he understands the value of that generation and he understands the spirit of that generation. And if the proper guidance is poured into that generation, then it's over. They'll take us right through this thing. So I'm just trying to follow suit the best of my little bitty ability to to go after the young people, to try to speak words that speak life into them, or create a bridge between our generation and their generation. That's the goal. And it sounds like a cliche term, but yeah, the youth are the future. Let's just say T sold me one of your CDs. T got everybody's album now. Now, back in the bootleg days, T had whatever you need. In movies, you think T ain't got the movies? Y'all know T got the movies. Or at least back when they was doing. People still say bootleg movie. I don't know. I'm out the loop. Is it still people that be selling like movies and stuff? Or is that kind of like out the way now with the digital and the apps and all that? Netflix and all that. I don't see people slanging DVDs and stuff like that no more. But in the right neighborhood, T do all this stuff, but seem like T don't never have no money though. We call him Lil T. Gerald says, well, with the nonsense they be taught in those schools, LGBTQ, I have no hope. Yes, a big war going on with all that, because they're trying to impose things on the youth that should not be imposed on them. But that agenda got to be pushed. And they putting it more and more in the open and in our face, and put it on our children even when we don't know it. I don't think that anybody ever reached out to the parents to get approval or to even be made aware of some of the curriculum that's being implemented in some of these schools. See? It's still a few. Odie said it was nice to finally meet a lot of people that I only knew from Facebook in Colorado level. Yeah, man, you know what? I'll say this. That's the beauty of that's one of the pros, one of the positive things about social media, when you make connections through social media, through certain like groups. It may be this group on social media, then people who are connected to whatever brought them to that group, coming from all different places, all different walks of life. Then at certain times, they some of them end up in the same place. Like they end up at the show, or they end up, that's a beautiful thing, because it's an example of how, in our case, music brings people together. Music is a universal link. It's a universal connector that crosses racial lines, it crosses class lines, and it just, the common goal, the common denominator is the music. So you got 4 or 5 people at a concert standing next to each other from different walks of life, different races and all that, but they all singing the same song. See? Do you got unreleased songs with Zero? I think I do. Me and Zero, over the years, we would just record songs, but I would never like get copies of the song. We would go to his spot and record, and I just go home. But he would still have those songs. So I'm sure he got some stuff. I can't remember, but I'm sure that he got, and I could think of a few of those songs we did that I know never came out. Yeah. Blockbuster coming back. Wow. If the parents fight back, they can be arrested as domestic terrorists. See, when you live in a society that basically is telling you that they have more control over your children than you do, they can do more with your children than you can. They can put more demands on what your children do and believe in more than you can, then we got a problem. We got a problem. See, that's like child protective services. You know, child protective services. Well, we think that you're mistreating this child, and you ain't mistreating your child. You discipline your child, but they have the ability to gauge it and judge it and say, well, that that constitutes as abuse, and if you do something to your own child that's not abuse, you trying to save your child from what's going on out in this world by whooping his behind when he need it. And then you got a nosy neighbor that'll try to call child protective service because you discipline your child, or you're in the grocery store and you spank your child on the butt for doing something that the child knew they didn't have any business doing, and somebody on the phone, there's a lady in it. Man, shh. I don't know how old a lot of y'all are, but back in my day, yeah, I said it. Back in my day, they used to have this little abuse hotline number that they give for children to call. If your parents was abusing you, you can call a little child abuse number, right? And every now and then, some child would get the bright idea to inform their mama, well, I'm gonna call child abuse on you. And they wasn't getting abused. It's just that mama was getting on them the right way, and he decided he had this bright idea that in order to duck this whooping that I deserve to get, I'm gonna call child abuse on you. But the real mamas like, okay, well, by the time they get here, you're gonna be in bad shape. That was the first thing that was one thing that they would say. All the mamas they read from the same script. The second thing that mamas would say was, well, if you can get to the phone before I get to you, I'll let you call them. Or they'll say, yeah, go on and call them. And when they get here, I'm going to beat the hell out of them too. And that would quickly put something on the child's mind, like, because the child's intention was, I'm going to scare my mama. I'm going to threaten my mama by telling her I'm going to call the child abuse people, and that'll make her not. That don't work on real mamas, man. That don't work on real mamas. Y'all got to try that on them old cake, lightweight mamas. Them old, now you sit down, Randy. Stop acting like that. That works on them. That don't work on real mamas. It don't work on black mamas. Let me say that. Let me speak from, it don't work on black mamas. Black mamas don't have to try to bribe their children to behave right. Now, come on, now be quiet. If you be quiet, I'll get you a popsicle. Black mamas don't offer any incentives for good behavior. Black mamas say, be quiet. I'm gonna slap the hell out of you in this store. That was the incentive to not, the prize that you got for good behavior from the black mama is to not get the hell slapped out of you in the store. So it's like, man, you mean to tell me that I get to not get the hell slapped out of me? Okay, yeah, I'll take that deal. That stuff don't work. So fast forward to this day and age, you have all of these, I mean, the lightest thing. Parents are walking on eggshells. Good parents are walking on eggshells in this society because the slightest thing, they are looking for a reason to try to file a CPS case on a parent, or to try to take your child, to take custody of your child. That didn't work in the 70s and the 80s, man. I'm just telling you from experience. That didn't work. That didn't work. And the child, if it did come down to that, the child will catch their senses and be like, oh, wait a minute. No, you ain't taking me away from my mama. Well, you called us. Yeah, but I was just tripping. Because you wouldn't even take me away from my mama. Mexican mamas just busted out. What's the chancla? Oh, the flip-flop. Yeah. Y'all can tell me how y'all mamas got down. I can only speak from my own experience. I had a healthy fear of my parents. You don't really see that a lot in these days. The child tell the parents what to do. The child tell the parents what's going to happen, what I will and will not wear, what I will and will not eat. Mama said I wanted hot dogs. Ooh. Ooh, King Asa, you come from the switch days? Hey man, how many of y'all in here come from the switch era, grew up in the switch era? I ain't got to say what it is. You know what I'm talking about. If you grew up in the switch era, just give me some kind of acknowledgement, man. A yes, a yeah, or a thumbs up or something. Hey man, I grew up in the switch era. The switch era, when you say I was never afraid of my mom, my pops wasn't happy. Yeah, but that's the same thing, because mama was the good cop then, and daddy was the bad. Daddy was security. Like, see, this is your dynamic. I'm finna tell you your dynamic, Pookie. Your dynamic was, mama would say, "Hey, son, go to bed now. Time to go to bed." And you'll still be lollygagging, playing around. And daddy say, "Hey man, did your mama say go to bed?" Then you'll get up and go. But yeah, I grew up in the switch era, man. And the most, just other than the fact that this random tree that was in your yard or wherever it was, the second you get in trouble, this tree now served as a means to provide disciplinary weaponry to use against you. That's funny enough. But the most psychologically damaging aspect of the switch era was the fact that they would send you to go get your own switch. I never understood that part. And that's universal, bro. I done heard comedians talk about it. I've lived it. Everybody on here who grew up in the switch era, y'all have lived. Somebody has to explain to me. Maybe I dropped the ball. Look, man, if your grandma's still alive, this is your homework assignment. If your mama was the one who made you go get the switch, this is your homework assignment. Please go ask somebody, your grandmother, your mom, whoever made you get it, go ask them, what was the purpose of you making me go get my own switch for you to whoop me? I have to know the psychology behind, because that walk Man, that walk was terrible, man. That walk was, it's like, go get me a switch. You're like, oh man. At that, what they doing in, it was at that moment he knew. It was at that moment he knew. Go get me a switch. She not even gonna go get it herself. She gonna send you to get it. And you gotta get a good one. Think about that, man. You have to go outside and select the tool that's getting ready to be used on you. Then they'll tell you to don't play, to get it. You better get a good one. So now you have to be detailed and selective. You have to actually take pride in the switch that you got to get, because she already told you not to go get. Don't try to be slick and get a little weak one. Go get a good one. So now I'm out there like, oh, no, this is not good enough. Oh, you know what? Yeah, this will do it. This will welt me up real good. My back should be bloody raw for this one. Hey man, that's some psychologically damaging stuff right there, bro. But we did it. Yep. See, brother Chris, I had to get my own switch. I gotta get my own. It's like somebody said, yeah, Jimmy, please ask your mama why they made us go get the switch. And please report back to the group. Report back to the group, man. Let us know. Yeah, man. We finna hang you with this rope, but we want you to go in the little rope pile and pick out your own rope. Yeah, my grandmother told me one time that she whooped me because she loved me. As a child, that don't process good at all. Why'd you whoop me? I whooped you because I love you. You be like, as a 9-year-old, you like, wait a minute, hold on. Let's backtrack, Grandma. You whooped me because you love me? I mean, you grow to understand it later on. Yeah, she was absolutely on point. Yep, that's right. Because if I don't whoop you here, them folks gonna whoop you outside of here. So I got to get you right inside these walls so you won't be acting a fool outside these walls, because the people that are going to deal with you outside these walls, they don't love you like I do. They'll kill you. So I need to put you in check so you know how to move and behave and carry yourself when you leave from my presence. That's the lesson. What they say, wooden what? With nasty face drawn on it. Joe Wilson. Tell you, man. But we understand. Jody say we survived. Yeah, we made it. We made it through, man. Well, you let one of these children today go to school, and they just happen to mention to one of those teachers that they caught a whooping with a switch last night. They'll try to lock that parent up. I wouldn't try to lock the parent up. I want to have a meeting with this parent. Yes, I need to have a meeting with this parent. As soon as the parent come on in and close the door. We need to talk. As soon as that door closed, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna, boy, I'll tell you, that's how you do it right there, boy. Put that switch on him out. Yeah, for sure. That'll be me. Now, when you start getting to the extension cord and all that, hey man, here's what it is. I ain't gonna ask y'all if y'all ever got whooped with an extension cord before. I don't want to bring back no trauma. Baptism in the ism up in this thing. Is that you create an X? You create your X. I'm pronouncing that name wrong. I know I am. Ask your mom, Phantom Face. She just texted you for a reason. Yeah. Tough love is needed. But you only learn that later. That's right. That whooping was a seed. That whooping was a capsule with a time release on it. And it activated. Years later, you went, okay, I understand now. Just like everything else that they taught us. Hit the like button if you haven't already, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. Yep. I learned the game about whooping. I told y'all that. The more you try to fight and resist it, the longer it used to last. You just go on and stand there and thug it out. It'll be over fast. If you thug it out, it'll be over fast. But the longer you fight it, the longer it lasts. No clarity whatsoever. Move your hand. Ooh, move your hand. Move your hand and don't you grab that belt. Think of the psychology of that. You are whooping me. It hurts. My natural instincts are kicking in to try to cover up the parts that are getting hit with my hand. And then she tells you to move your hand. Move your hand and let me continue to inflict pain on you. And don't you grab that belt. Grab that. When she swing that belt, grab the end of that belt if you want to. You got to hear that Richard Pryor comedy clip where he talked about that. He was talking about how the longer you resist it, the longer it lasts. He said it's just best to just take it. I learned that. He said his grandmother was whipping him, and he was and she would tear him up. He said the more you talk, the worse it gets. He said, Grandma, I ain't gonna do it no more. Then she go, I know you ain't gonna do it no more, cause you shouldn't have did it the first time when I told you not to do it. That's 18 more licks. Don't say that. Just thug it out. I wish I had a bunch of young people on the job. I would look, man, just take it. I didn't do it. You did do it. I saw you when you went across the street. Look, shh. Hey, man. The good old days. Yeah, because every word is going to be a lick. Just be quiet. Say nothing. I see our all our parents was pretty much alike. Stop that crying before I give you something to cry about. All the while, she's giving you something to cry about in that moment. You're already giving me something to cry about. One hit per syllable. No, don't talk. Don't talk, man. Trying to tell you, man. There's somebody in this chat that don't relate at all, or they don't know what we're talking about. They're like, what do they mean? We'll get back to the regular stuff, man. They would take turns with one if one got winded. Hey man, ain't nothing like catching 2 whoopings in one day. Like if you stand with your grandmother and you do something and she whoop you, then she tell your mama, and then I didn't have that problem. Usually if one got me, the other one let me make it. I never caught 2 whoopings in one day. I've heard the stories though. Go home and get another one. Yeah. I used to ask my mom, what am I getting for Christmas? She said, a bag of switches. Ooh, man. That was her gift, not yours. Man, tag team. My gosh. Y'all hit the like button if you haven't already, man. I'm back, man. I'm out of the YouTube county jail. Your big brother's back. And you know that I can never be whack. Your big brother is back. And you know I can never be whack. My mama would say, and when your daddy get home, he gonna whoop. Woo! See, that's when you just like, man, when will it end, man? Cause mama just got you. It's like, what did you do? Marty Marr, what did you do to end up getting 2? If you get 2, that means you must have just, you pushed the teacher down the stairs and then jumped down the stairs like this off the top rope on her. To get 2? That daddy whooping is next level. That daddy whooping is another dimension. Whew, I'm glad I didn't grow up with my daddy. I grew up around a bunch of females. Mothers, grandmothers, and auntie. I didn't grow up around my dad. All of my brothers got it. I witnessed it. I saw it. I heard it. Them daddy whoopings. Look, them daddy whoopings hit different. Literally. They really do hit different. Some are hit different. Marty Marr, you must have took a shot at the president to get 2. Oh man. Can we get to 100 likes? I wonder. If we can't, I ain't gonna push the issue. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes in the next few minutes. Let's just say we good now. Yeah, man. Let's get to 100 likes if we can, man. Mike Cherry up in this thing, man. I see you, Mike. I see you, Contagious. Trying to get to 100 likes before we shut it down. McAllen, Texas. We will be there next Friday, performing live. K-Rino and the Young Star. Y'all know Young Star because he H-Town legend. Wanna be a baller. Shot caller. Y'all know Young Star. Knocking pictures off the wall. We will be there. That's the address. I can't remember the name of the place. I forgot there's something else I wanted to say to y'all. If you're in the city of Houston on the 26th through the 28th, catch us at the Houston Comic-Con at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Me and the homie dollar bill, y'all, will be up in this thing. I haven't been fishing since I was a little boy, Mike. I wasn't even a teenager the last time I went fishing. I don't do, and if I ever was to go back, I wouldn't do no boat fishing. I would do dock fishing. I don't trust these boats. My dad backhanded me at the dinner table so hard. Me and the chair fell to the floor. Man, what did you say? You said something. He didn't backhand you like that just because of, if something you said at that table, instinct, that your dad's instinct kicked in and wah-bah. Yeah. True indeed, Marty Ma. Young, the last man standing. Next tale. Appreciate the love, Contagious. We got those shirts for sale. The shirt I was wearing on the Rap Economics. I may post them, I may not. Who knows? Tyler J checking in from New Zealand. We need about 19 more likes, man. Can we do it? I'm gonna push about 5 more minutes, man. Yeah, I know fishing is. I got a lot of homies that fish, Rick. They tell me the same thing. I know it is, man. I just don't be going. It's therapeutic and it's therapeutic because my homies, they fish to eat. They fish, they fish for the other aspects of it, but they bringing food home. Yeah. I was arguing with him about schoolwork while he was on the phone with my mom. Oh yeah, he was trying to hit 2 people at the same time. Yeah. Robert F. Kennedy name been coming up a lot in this chat. That's the second time somebody mentioned Robert F. Kennedy tonight, but on 2 different subjects. 16 more likes to get us home, man. Man, you lying. King Asa said, I remember I got in trouble and my mama said she was gonna whoop me. She bought me a kid's meal and I thought she forgot. 3 a.m. I'm asleep. She come in and I heard stories about that whooping out, getting whooped out, getting a wake up whooping, whoop you back into consciousness. Man, at least wake me up. You just start whooping somebody and they sleep. Ooh. Hey man, just wake me up. Mama, just wake me up and just say, hey, look, just let you know I ain't forgot about the whooping. See, I got a lot of whooping threats that never got followed through because my mama calmed down. I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna whoop you and get home. You're like, oh man. And by the time you make a few stops, get home, she get on the phone with one of her friends, you eat. Now she calms down. She ain't in that same mind frame and she lets you make it, depending on what it is. You had a special kind of mama, boy. She still had that whooping energy. 8 hours later, whew, that means she did all kind of stuff, bro. She was in there washing dishes and she watched about 3 of her favorite TVs. She was watching Fred Sanford, laugh, joke, ate, got on the internet, took a nap, and woke up with like, let me go ahead and whoop the hell out this boy. Like it was another chore. Say, man, that's a boy. That's a. Ooh, she carried that whooping energy, boy. Man. Yeah, man. She's a woman of her word. Look, I told you I was gonna whoop you. I'm gonna keep my word. And she buttered him for the slaughter. Yeah, she made you think it was sweet. You thought it was sweet. I know when you went to bed, you was like, whew, I done ducked that thing. Mama showed me some love. Mama gave me the governor called. You thought the governor had called and gave you a stay of execution. People came and got you out your cell. Now she whooped you. She woke you up out your cell. My dad used to take out his anger. How this turned into the whooping topic? I'm gonna change the title of this. My dad used to take out his anger on me and my siblings at the dinner table after his commute home from work. He got quite violent sometimes when all I did was laugh at his nonsense. I guess that was a long time ago, you know. I remember I met your dad, man. Your dad seemed like a nice guy. Your dad seemed like a nice guy, man. But you know, hey, things in the past, man, stress. Mike Cherry says, I remember being 10 minutes late for my curfew. And I walked into my dad holding a belt and smacked the wall. Hey, man, he said be home at 9 o'clock, not 10 minutes after 9, Mike. He had to prove a point. He had to let you know. 9 o'clock, man. So now I got to re-reference another. I got to give y'all another Richard Pryor skit to listen to. I told y'all listen to the Richard Pryor skit when he was catching the whooping, right? Now, because of what Mike said, you got to listen to a Richard Pryor skit. Hold on. It's called, just go and type in Richard Pryor, Be Home by 11. I just put it down. Mike, you will totally relate to this. Be Home by 11 by Richard Pryor. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Do we got 15 more likes? Do we got it? Yeah, man. Some of them belts, some of them parents' belts is hanging from the rafters. The Whooping Hall of Fame. You know, they give away them. You know, you go to the Hall of Fame, they give you like that little yellow jacket. Picture a bunch of mamas standing up on the stage with a yellow jacket on. They be announcing it. She's the all-time leader with over 4,000 whoopings in her lifetime. In her parenting career, 4,000 whoopings. She's whooped 8 kids over a span of 40 years. They put that jacket on and she go into the hall. Yeah, they give them a belt. They don't give them a jacket. Roger said they get golden belts. You walk up, you might use a pop them belt like that. No, that little play sleep ain't gonna work. We've all tried that one. We've all tried that one. Yep. Well, I don't whoop my children. Well, you know the old saying is, if you don't whoop your children, one day your children will whoop you. Didn't say beat. Didn't say abuse. It's a difference. people these days, they'll just equate a regular spanking or just a regular whooping with being beat. No, you ain't getting beat. You're not punching your 8-year-old in the face with Mike Tyson knuckles and slapping them downstairs and hitting them with the people's elbow and all that. No. Tie their butt up real quick and send them on their way. You ain't going to the head. Well, I sometimes went to the head now. I think the going to the head was reserved for just disrespect. That's an instinctive thing. If you mess around and just do something in school, you might just get a regular. If you say something disrespectful to your mama in a moment, just on instinct, her hand, the signal won't even come from the brain first. The hand will just right to the face, because the rage that is generated from a child disrespecting the parent, the right parent. Like I say, some of these parents out here, they just let their children talk to them any kind of way. F you, mom. My mom's being a dumbass, man. What? So sick of my mom, man. Sometimes I just want to slap my mom, man. Like, really? Hey, man, drop y'all locations, man. We ain't gonna worry about the 100 likes tonight. Drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out, because it's time to go. Drop y'all locations, bro. Get home before those street lights come on. You ain't lying. Or get home before your own porch light comes on. You be running. You get home and your own porch light is on and you already got the instruction. You already know what it is. We shot y'all out. King Asa in North Dallas. Phantom Face final out there in Columbus, Ohio. Lester, Sholo, C-Mac, Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas, representing hard tonight. Is that Sim 108 in Brazil, Pookie and Ray Ray in H-Town, Big Ott out there in the South Bronx, Rick Tim, Sunnyside, Texas, Jimmy in Alabama, Roderick and A-Leaf, H-Town, KS out there in Temple, Texas, the Servant David Show in Connecticut, Alex in Wisconsin. Pookie says technically Katie. The Life Journey 213 out there in California. Big Ideas in Dallas. Man, Dallas is in here. All right, Dallas. Instinct Hip Hop, originally from New York City, now living in South Africa. Hey, man, look. On the cool Instinct, I don't know what part you say you're in Cape Town. Okay. Man, I get a lot of love in South Africa, man. I get a lot of love from South Africa, and they always requesting me, man, you need to come to South Africa, you need to come to South Africa. I just don't have a plug to put nothing together, man, but I feel like that's probably going to be the first African nation I visit, inshallah, if I ever go out there, man. Dead End, Marty Mark. See, your location is in the name. See, people don't know what that means. K for real out there in the town. Is that Neandre Samuels? East Dallas. Man, what's up? Man, what's going on in Dallas, man? Lori Taylor, Dallas. Hey, man, two-hand salute to Dallas tonight, man. Dallas ain't playing. Dallas ain't playing tonight. Much love, man. I got to get back out there. Brother Chris out there in OKC, we getting ready to drop that Armageddon on them real soon. Brother Chris, am I the only one you still waiting on? I'm going to have you ready next week, but I don't want to hold a project, so put some pressure on me, brother. I know I might, if I'm the only one, if you waiting on me, let me know so I can expedite. Where would you recommend for a solo traveler to lie his head? Where, in Houston? Man, they got some real nice places, man. They got real nice, reasonable hotel. You ain't got to stay in no 5-star type of spot to stay in a nice spot. And that's pretty much everywhere I've been, you know. When I go to different cities, man, I get a Quality Inn or Best Western. Sometimes I like staying in those places more than I like staying in the Hilton or the Sheraton or the Marriott so-called 5-star. They don't be right. I don't know, man. I'm weird though. I'd rather stay at a Best Western than a Hilton. I'm weird. Anna Monarchy out there in Ontario, Mike Cherry in Texas. Man, Dallas, man. Dallas, y'all putting something on my mind. Salam alaikum, C-Mac. Lori Taylor in Dallas. Yeah. Yeah, you got to know where to go, Alex. I went to Canada in February, and that was only because they didn't have any mandates. They got a mandate, and that means they can wait. Yeah. Garland, Texas in the building. Where's Garland, Texas? What's the closest known city to Garland, Texas, Ryan Jackson? Glad to help you get through the work shift, Phantom Face. Oh, Mike, you in Michigan? Joseph out there in Sydney, Australia, South Granville. Okay, I got you, Brother Chris. Done deal. No sweat. Hooks, Texas. You have family in Hooks, Texas. Garland is a suburb of Dallas. Man, what's going on in Dallas, bro? Wow. Hey, man, I got to go to Dallas. I got to go to Dallas, man. I'm getting a lot of love in Dallas. Look, man, we putting something together in Dallas. Me and Point Blank coming back to Dallas, man. We might do what we did in Colorado, and just me, Blank, Klondike Cat, and Dopey. We might come do Dallas next, man. We gonna put that together, bro. I've been to Dallas many times. I'm just saying tonight, it's like 5 or 6 people in the chat from Dallas. Some names I never saw before, you know. Yeah. See, if enough people from a certain city, if enough of y'all come together, we'll come. But it got to be worth it. You know, we don't want to just come out there, even though we got nothing but love for y'all, but we don't want to just come out there. We just got 5 fans in the city. You know, we want to come when we can have a decent showing. We'll come put it down, man. Yeah, man. One love, man. I'll catch y'all later, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.